Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Critical and welcome back to another episode of ComicCraft on the ComicCraft server. We got some llamas strolling around the base, but look at this. I have started on the interior decoration of the building. So you can see over here we kind of got like a little waiting room. We've got kind of like the... If you've ever been to one of the Apple stores, they have those really high like counter things with the really tall chairs. So that's kind of what I've got going on over here. We've got some little like sun lamp looking things. These are actually kind of complicated to build because you've got to like, I'm going to tear up some of the floor here, but you have to have redstone torches below this and the piston, so it's a little crazy. As well, I figured out this really cool trick with sugarcane. If you place down water, let the reeds grow or put them however high you want them to, and then get rid of the water, as long as you don't update the reeds after that, it stays, apparently, which I did not know was a thing, but is super cool. And then in the middle here, we kind of have just this little wall divider with some little campfires going to add a little bit of warmth to the area. And up here, I went ahead and put E13 Incorporated, spelled it out with banners up there. But now we have to fill this whole room, and I've actually planned out the entire thing in a creative world, and this right here is all the materials that we are going to need to fill out this entire room, and it looks so cool. I'm so excited about this. We have, I believe, 4 rooms that we're going to be working on today, so we got to build this one. If we go upstairs, we have to build this whole floor here, which includes this little entry area and this side over here. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're doing in there. I might leave that one blank for now. I don't know. One of the floors I'm going to have a bunch of cubicles on, and I think... No, yeah, it is down there. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I kind of got confused in my own laying out. So over here is going to be kind of some entryway stuff. Over here is going to be a bunch of cubicles. Up here, we're actually going to have 2 boardrooms. So we're going to have 2 massive conference tables on either side of this, with I think like a glass doorway here, because normally conference rooms have the ability to be closed. So that'll be in each of those. And then, of course, later in the episode, we're going to be working on our office, which is right here in this room. I may swap the floor that me and Chosen are on with the boardrooms, so that the boardrooms are kind of in the middle of all 4 of us. I haven't quite decided yet, because Doll and Brawnzy are up here, and it might make more sense to have them be able to go down only 1 floor rather than 2, and just have us go up a floor. But we shall see. For now, I'm going to go ahead and get the lobby built so I can show you guys what all of that looks like, and then we're probably going to roll straight into some time lapses after that and get these other floors done. And then I think we're going to do a little bit of on-camera building when we get around to my office. I got a lot of plans for today. I'm very excited, but let's go ahead and get this started. All right, so here we are, sneaking our way down into the lobby here. Check this out. We have finished the ground floor of E13 Incorporated. So as you can see, I have managed to prevent any spawns from happening in this entire room, which I think is my greatest accomplishment. So we've done a mixture of kind of these light things. We've got some of these little like sea pickle lamps right here, and even under some of these guys here, I don't know which ones it is, but we've got some torches, maybe somewhere, some torches under here as well, kind of hiding some extra lighting. So this is entirely spawn proof. Nothing is going to spawn in this building. Of course, stuff can still walk in from outside, but I think towards the end of the episode, we're going to come around and add in some lampposts and stuff. So that'll take care of that. But yeah, so up here at the front, we have this little receptionist desk. Nothing too much going on here. Just a little chair, some laptops, and some plants. With a little desk at the front, you can kind of see through to some of the glass from over here. I've continued kind of the reed thing that we did over here, so there's a bunch of those along all of the walls going around. And then up at the front here, I just kind of did another, like, waiting area, but this time with, like, some sofa chairs and some coffee tables instead of the stool counters that we had over there. One really cool thing that I did over here that I thought was fun is, I have these campfires sitting over here, but as you can see, the smoke is actually coming out over this way. That's because I've actually buried extra campfires under here, because if there's only 1 block, I guess it goes through the block, so I'm able to have the smoke look like it's kind of coming up and out, which I think looks really, really cool. And it kind of hits the E13 Incorporated logo there, which I've also kind of backlit a little bit with some end rods, which is nice. And lastly, I added in some fans up top just to kind of light up the ceiling a bit. I didn't do too much up there, but I figure adding a little something up there might make the roof seem a little less flat. And as for these little ledges up here, because there was a block here that things could spawn on, I did add some lamps in some of like the corner spots, but for the most part, I've just put weighted pressure plates all along the top of there, which you can't really see down here. You don't even notice it. It just looks like part of the brick, but it does prevent anything from spawning up there as well. And that's the ground floor done. That's everything. I do have to light this area in here, but I'm just going to do lanterns in here, so I just have to get them, in place. So that'll just take a second. But we're going to head upstairs now. We're going to go ahead and do a time lapse of the conference room. So I have all the materials here that I need. As you can see, a little bit of stuff there, ton of stuff here. I have decided to move the conference rooms up a floor. So rather than having it be the conference rooms here and then me and Chosen and then Doll and Brawnzy, we are going to move myself and Chosen down to this floor and then have the conference rooms in the middle of all of us, I think, because I think that makes more sense. The conference rooms are going to be identical. They're basically exact mirrors of one another, so I just have to... Are you outside? Dude, don't do it. You have so much to live for. Get back inside. Come on. Come. You get down from there. I'm gonna have to call the fire department. I'm gonna have to do it. Okay, well, let me get this down. We'll start time ups. I have to save his life first, though. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so we've done quite a bit of work. I only showed a couple of the rooms that I did on the time-lapse because I feel like there's so little happening in those ones that it's a little weird to time-lapse them when it's just interior design. But we're going to do a quick walkthrough and I'm going to show you guys everything that we've done. So first of all, the garage is completely lit up now. We've got some lanterns running across the ceiling, some little bar lights here. Unfortunately, the ceiling's too high in this particular room, so the light doesn't cast all the way down. But I just went through and put some carpets all on the floor. It looks a little strange, but it's as good as I'm going to get in here. And since not many people are going to be in here, I'm not too worried about it. But if we head upstairs, that is where most of the work has been done. We still have to do this room here and my office today. But let's check this out. So this is the hallway. All of the hallways are pretty similar, but this is how this one looks. Here you got some little tiny plant things, got some bamboo looking like the stem of the tree, and then we got some more of these same lamps that we've done throughout the whole building. Some iron trapdoor fences, not fences, shelves, that's what that's called, on there, and then some lanterns hanging from the ceiling. This is our first office. Well, this is actually the only office. This is like a cubicle office. There's 4 kind of like desks all pushed together in each one of these, sort of, and then there's a single one over there with the TV and some more shelves on the walls and stuff. There's some over on the windows as well, stacked up, and then just some little carpets wherever there's some dark spots. You can see here we got some 7s that I had to fill in because some of the lights don't quite reach. But once again, all of the rooms are completely spawn-proof, even the hallways, so there are no spawning spaces in the finished rooms of this building. If we head up here, it's the same same deal up here. It's pretty much the same layout for all the hallways. I did have to put some glass here as railing because there's a spawn spot right here. So I added a little bit of a railing there. And as you can see, all of the hallways are the same leading up to the top. But let's head back down to not this floor. That's where my office is going to go. That's where Chosen's office is going to go. If we head up here, I've got the conference rooms done as well. You saw one of those here. So this is the one you saw in the time lapse. A little bit of a table in the middle. I did add a map of spawn here in the center. So there's all these little things here. We've got some more of these sofa chairs up here, some carpets in the corners, some shelves, a couple of fans on the ceiling. And then if we head to the other side, it's pretty much identical but mirrored. So we've got some more fans, TV, shelves, and stuff like that. The only difference over here is instead of a window, we have this wall. So I had to add some stuff over here. So we've got a couple of shelves, a couple more plants on this side than we had before, and an extra little carpet and sofa chair over here. And that is, I believe, everything I've done so far. All of that took a very long time. Up here, I've lit up a lot of the roof, but there's still a little bit I have to light up. These edges can still spawn things, and all of this area over here, of course, can still spawn mobs. I think eventually I'm going to put some lanterns, or not lanterns, but it's like some lamp posts around the outside, but I don't think I'm going to worry about that today. I want to focus on getting the interior done, because this has been quite the monumental task to get all of this stuff in, but we are very, very close. So I think I'm going to do this room off camera. I don't really have any ideas for this one yet, so I'm going to work on some stuff. I'm going to do this room off camera, and then once I figure out what we're going to do up in our office, we may do a couple of clips up there of building on camera, because, wait a minute, what floor is it? This one right here. We may do a couple of clips building on camera just to show you guys kind of some of the different designs and stuff. I can show you how those work. But yeah, let me get that other room done. Let me gather some materials and stuff, and then we will come back and check this out. And with that, the last area, or at least the last public area of E13 is finished up. So as you can see here, we're actually using a shader. I wanted to check out the build with a shader on. I normally don't like shaders, but I recently started watching a person on Twitch, goes by Gracie, that was using this today. And I really like it. It's very subtle. Normally shaders, I'm not a fan because they're all very extreme, they're very bright. But this one is actually very subtle, and I hardly even notice that it's on. But it adds a lot of nice features, like the light reflection in the windows and stuff. You can see there. Which is pretty nice. I like it a lot. But let me show you what I've done down here in the break room. I struggled a bit with this one, trying to figure out what to put in here. I eventually went with a little kitchen area, which I think I like a lot. Once again, I've made sure that the whole room is spawn-proof, so nothing's going to spawn in here and blow us all up. But yeah, so over here we've got a little bit of like a sink and a counter, and then just a little bit of a seating area over here. With some furnaces and like cooking things over here. I've stopped the smoke from going up here, so it kind of builds up. I really like that built-up smoke like effect that you can do. I think that's really cool. And then over here we've got like a little fridge, a water cooler thing, and a little table. I struggled so much getting this working because, as you can see here, the floor, and actually the floors for all of these areas, they're only 1 block deep. So I can't use like levers and stuff in the floor. This is the only floor I've been able to put lighting under carpet because there's those slabs there. But I still can't do levers under here, so getting these active was very difficult. I ended up putting 1 lever in here, and I was able to get the doors to shut like that and the iron trapdoor to be like that. For this one, though, I actually had to... I'm going to tear the wall down a little bit here. I actually had to put a lever here under the wall doing this, and then this is like laying on the floor going up. I don't know. I'm very impressed with my ability to get that one done because I realized after building it that I was like, I'm not going to be able to put that trapdoor there, but I figured it out, so I was pretty happy with that. But let's do a little bit of a walkthrough. I just want to see a couple of the rooms with the shaders on. We won't spend too much time doing this. We're actually going to write some invitations real quick before we work on our own office, because at this point, the build is ready. The build is ready for everyone to come in and start designing their own rooms. So we can leave some invitations at their bases to come set up shop here. Those, of course, aren't done because that's mine and Chosen's offices. But yeah, everyone is good to go. I think I like this conference room actually better than the other one. I like the wall here with the nice little carpet and chair and stuff over here. I mean, this one's cool too. It's got like the huge window on the side. This one has more of like a real boardroom kind of feel to it, whereas this one feels a little cozier, a little more closed in and private, which I like. By the way, I don't know if I showed you this. I put a map of like Spawn over on that table, but over on this one I actually did a map of E13 here, and I need to update that a little bit. The stupid torches on the roof don't get rid of all the snow, so there's like these weird patterns on the roof. Anyways, I'm gonna write those invitations and then show you guys what I've put into those, and then in the meantime, I'm gonna get ready to start designing our office. I've done so much interior decorating this episode. It's kind of making my brain melt a little bit. I'm ready to move on, but I think what we're gonna do with our office, we'll talk about that a little bit before I cut here. I think we're gonna put an actual like 2 rooms here. So I think in the front we'll have like an actual office maybe, or maybe like a little receptionist area where I can have like, you know, space for an assistant or something, with like maybe a little waiting room over here in the front, and then we'll actually close probably all of this off and make this our actual office, right? So we'll have like this huge open area over here with maybe a big desk here and some shelves and stuff along the walls, which I think will look pretty cool. But I've got to gather materials for all of that because I have exhausted all of my resources on all the furniture and stuff in this area. So let me get those books written. I'll show you what I type up in those, and then we will we'll get ready to finish this build up. Dumb. Oh, okay. Anyways, so we're over at Doll's place. We're gonna leave her some mail. I've left pretty much the same note at Chosen and Brawnzy's bases as well. So it says, "Dear Doll," in this case, "it is my pleasure to inform you that E13 Incorporated HQ is now complete. You can find our new headquarters in the mountain range to the south of the world's central ocean at roughly 380-3060. I look forward to your arrival. You can find your office on the 5th floor of the building in room 510. You are free to furnish your office as you see fit, but you may not alter the pre-existing structure." So, of course, this changes depending on the floor and room number. I've numbered the rooms at the office as well. We'll talk about that later when we're setting up my office. But I've also left Doll an additional book which says landscaping. It says, "Hello, Doll. I was wondering if perhaps you'd be interested in handling the landscaping around E13 Incorporated HQ. I would, of course, be happy to compensate you for your efforts. If you are interested, we should meet to discuss details. P.S. I look forward to casting my vote for you in the upcoming elections." So, yes, I want to see if Doll would be interested in doing some landscaping around the base. She's, of course, got a lot of landscaping going on around here and such, with her mushroom houses and things, and I thought maybe it would be fun to have someone else come in and do the landscaping around the base so we can have some other inputs from, you know, some other building styles incorporated into E13 Incorporated. But let's head over. I'm so sorry, chicken. I didn't mean it. Let's head back over to our base and let's get this thing finished. I've been working on this for a while. I'm ready to get done, but let's get our office going. Okay, so we are back over at E13. I just wanted to show you guys, this is kind of what I did for each of the rooms. So this is room 320. This is room 310. Basically the way the room numbers work is it's the floor number. So 3 is the floor number. We're on floor 3. And then the room number is the second number. And the last number is to just make it not weird that it would be room 32. I feel like it makes more sense if it's room 320. But this is our office. So this is, I went ahead and did like the assistant desk and the kind of waiting area off to the side. We're going to be building my actual office on camera together. But we're running out of time this episode, so I need to get this moving along. Got a bit of a fan up here once again, just lots more plants and stuff. I added in kind of these banner things, which is not something I've done anywhere else in the build, but I kind of wanted to add my own thing here. So we've got kind of some, it's supposed to represent like modern art or something up on the walls. And there's a lot of wall space in this particular section, so it just kind of cleans that up a bit. But out here, once again, completely spawn-proof. Everything is good to go, and we can go ahead and get started on the office. Now, there's a lot that has to go in here. I'm going to start by placing down all of the end rods already for the little plant lamps that we're doing, or the sea pickle lamps. I really like these style of lamps, but I feel like I'm using a lot of them. I just don't really have a choice because we have to make sure this is spawn-proof, and I don't want to use torches anywhere in here, preferably. I think the only place I've used torches in the building is under carpets, and I'm considering changing them out because they give off a particle effect, and I don't particularly like it. But let's get all of these in place. We're going to go ahead and tear up all the torches just because I don't think anything's going to spawn in here with us while we're here. And that way we can have all of that in place. There's a couple more in the middle of the room, but I don't have any like frame of reference for those quite yet. There is one lantern that I had to place at the back of the room here, unfortunately, because it just wasn't lit up enough and I didn't have any other way to handle that. So we're just going to have to deal with the one lantern in the ceiling. This is where our chair is going to go. So we're going to be sitting here kind of right at the back center of the room, looking off in this direction. And we're going to use the same desk that we used for the receptionist area down on the first floor. I really like this desk, and it's very large, so I think it fits this room pretty nicely. I almost changed out the colors of my room, and used maybe some blacks or blues or something instead, but ultimately I decided to keep it in theme with the rest of the build. I did do something a little different with the stairs on the front of the desk. So rather than having this be, so before this was like this, and there's only one slab here, but I think it looks a little bit better if we wrap that stair around and do something like this instead. I think that gives us a bit more visibility on the glass, which I kind of like. And then of course we wrap the slabs around like this as before. And there we go. So this one's a coffee cup, by the way. That's why I'm not filling it in. But we can throw a little bit of a screen here, and then that is our desk all complete. Let's get the iron trapdoors out because there's a lot of shelves in here. I really like these iron trapdoor shelves because even if you don't put anything on them, it's still clear that it's a shelf, right? Like it just looks like not all the shelves have anything on them, but it still looks really cool, and it's a nice way to fill out the walls as well. On these walls, I did our little kind of randomized shelf thing once again, and I mirrored it on each side so that it was a little bit, oops, didn't mean to do that. Doing that. Just so that it was a little bit of variation on each side. And then we're going to throw in some potted plants on each of these ones. So we will actually put plants in each of these. I haven't used very much cactus throughout the build, but I like putting it in the plants because I think it just adds a little bit of like a different shaped plant, which I think looks pretty good. So that's pretty much that wall done. That's everything that we're going to be putting over there. There are a couple of fans in the ceiling. I'm going to do those off camera, simply because they're a little hard to get in place. I have to like pillar up and stuff, so I don't think you guys need to necessarily watch all of that. But let's get another one of these big plants in. I really like these big plants. They look a little heavy for the shelf, but I think it's okay because I try to usually keep them in corners if I can, and I think it looks pretty decent. We also have another one on the wall over here, but once again, I'm doing the like modern art kind of banner things on this wall. This time I kind of did like a zigzag thing because there's only 4 spaces and the wall is 5 blocks tall, so it would be weird if they were like off, you know? So I went with something like that, and then below, once again, we're going to do another shelving unit across the bottom here. Whoops, I keep misplacing those. And we will throw another one of these birch plants over here. What did I just do? That was weird. I didn't realize you could... Huh. I don't know that I knew that, or either I just forgot that you could pull the plants out with a right click. That's pretty cool though. So that's over there. This is pretty dark over in this corner, but oh. Why? Oh, because there's a lamp that goes out in the middle here that's supposed to light up the rest of that. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Actually, we can go ahead and put that in and make sure that that's working. I believe these are 2 blocks away from the desk. It's a little hard to tell from the image that I'm looking at. I built all this stuff in a creative world for the most part first, just so that I could make sure that it all worked out rather than spending hours and hours building and breaking things over and over again. I believe these go here. I put 4 there, didn't I? I did. I'm only putting 3 on each one because I think the 4 looks weird because then it doesn't touch the pole at all, which I think is a little strange. I think that should fix this issue. Oh no, we have 1 extra spawn space there, but only right here. Well, I'll fix that in a minute. I can probably just shift some of these forward or something along those lines. I'll get it figured out. We did add a little bit of a carpet over in the corner, but I tried to keep this area, I tried to keep my whole room pretty much uncarpeted. There's a little bit of a space there because there were some spawn spots in the way. And then over here, I of course had to do something. I actually don't know how far from the wall this is. Okay, so it starts here, and then it goes here, like this. So as you can see, if you look at this number right here, this is your block light. So if this is 7 or lower, obviously a mob can spawn. So I use that usually to try and cover up the carpeted areas. So as you can see now, no mobs are going to spawn in here because there's carpets on these sections. And that is, I believe, it for this room. I'm looking around. Yeah, I think it's just the fans that I have to place in now, so I think we are good to go. Yeah, this is all the fan materials. Why do I have an extra banner? Oh, that's what's missing. Okay, let's go ahead and add that in. I was like, I shouldn't have any extra materials. I counted them out perfectly. Yes, I did another one of those over here, so that kind of caps that wall off nicely. I think there's maybe supposed to be another another potted plant or something over here, another couple of these end rods, but I'll take a look in just a minute. But that is going to do it for this episode. This has been a very long one. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are liking the shaders. I think it's pretty cool. I think it makes everything look pretty nice. I like that you can even see the sun setting, like on the shadows. They're actually moving. But yeah, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.